to demonstrate the old-fashioned way of cleaning windows. This is the way that 99% of all window cleaners clean windows. They get their strip washer and they take it and they soak down the door or window or whatever they're cleaning. Lots of soapy water. Scrub those fingerprints off. Put their strip washer back in the bucket. Get out their squeegee. And then they squeegee the water off the window. And all that water goes right down to the bottom, which they then have to wipe up. All this water has to be mopped up. You can't leave soapy water on the floor. It's a danger. And that's how you do it. This is the TXF One Swipe tool. It combines a strip washer and a squeegee in one tool. It's lightweight, it's microfiber, it's the latest technology, and it halves your time. We had to soak the window and then squeegee it. Now watch how quickly I can clean the window with the one swipe. You can scrub a fingerprint and then just go right up to the top, and with one pass you're soaping and squeegeeing the window at the same time. And if you notice, there's less than a quarter of the amount of water on the ledge to wipe up. So that's going to cut your time in half. And that's why the one swipe tool is going to just change the way we clean windows. It's going to cut your man hours in half. I own my own window cleaning company, and my employees can clean the windows in half the time it normally takes them. So this will save you time and money. You know, this one swipe tool, you know, you don't just have to do the one stroke like that. It will do anything that a regular squeegee will do in half the time. Because now, I'm working in the mall, I've got a huge window, and I can take that window and just clean it just like a regular, super professional window cleaner with the fan technique, just that quick, with hardly any water. Because the strip washer, this thing captures most of the water that you're squeegeeing off the window as you're squeegeeing. The water goes right back in the strip washer, and you can take that dirty water, put it right back in your bucket, rinse it off really well, wring it out, and go on to your next window. Alright, I'm going to use TXF extension pole to clean the window the old-fashioned way. Put this on the end of the pole. Soak the window down. Scrub it real good. Put this back in the bucket. Get out your squeegee. And then squeegee the water off the window. Pretty straightforward, old-fashioned window cleaner. And then, of course, you've got to wipe all your excess water off on the ledge so that it doesn't drip down on people who are coming and going. I always like to take my TXF microfiber towel, made especially for window cleaning, and just wipe that excess water off the top so that doesn't drip down a little later and leave streaks. And that's the old-fashioned way right there. Let me show you how quickly and easily the TXF tool, the one swipe tool, does the same exact thing all at once. Sits on the end of the pole nicely. Just reach up, soaping and squeegeeing the window at the same time. And you'll notice we have less than half the amount of water dripping down. So your towels are going to last longer, and you're just going to have less work. It's going to be less time. And time is money. So this is going to save you a ton of money. There you have it. I've got my TXF holster. I walk up to a door. I don't even need my bucket. I can just go clean these doors in a mall or most shopping centers. The janitorial company is going to have to clean the doors, especially on the inside where people put their handprints, at least half a dozen times a day. Well, with the one swipe tool, like TXF, your janitorial guy, your laborer, can come up and pre-scrub those handprints and then very quickly clean that window. And even get right underneath the handrail, just like that. And then come back and get the bottom half and slide right up underneath the handrail and clean that window with very little water, because the one swipe captures most of the water right back in the strip washer cover as you squeeze. So there's very little wipe up. It's safer. There's less water on the floor for people to slip on, and there's less wipe up on the handle. There you have it. The TXF One Swipe tool will cut your labor time in half. This is a TXF window cleaning holster. Any serious window cleaner has to have one of these, especially when you're working in somebody's home, because you can easily take this on and off. And when you're walking through the home, you don't have to carry the bucket around with you. You can just take this thing, flip it on, grab your window strip washer, or mop, or whatever you want to call this, put that in your little bucket, take your squeegee, slide it into the convenience holder, and if you have a smaller window, you might want to take your smaller squeegee and slide it into one of these other holders. Now you can go and clean 5 or 6 windows without returning to your bucket. So you just walk over to the window, put your soapy water on the window, put this back in the bucket, and just go right to town on the window. Put this back in your thing, and go on to the next window, or the next room. You don't have to lug your bucket all over the place, and then when you're ready, you go back to your bucket, and just put this back in, and you can easily pop this off, set your equipment in the bucket, and you're on to the next house, or the next room, or wherever. Now I'm going to demonstrate the TXF extension pole. This is a nice tool for doing windows that are a little bit out of reach. I can just use this pole rather than a stepladder. It's much safer. And this pole is adjustable. You can loosen it and raise it up that high and actually do a window that's up above the ceiling. What I'm going to do is set it right where I want it by just pushing it up to about that height, tightening it so that it's not going to turn slip anymore. It's already got a tip attached. You can attach an additional tip if you need to. Take your strip washer, soapy water on there, put it on the pole. It holds firmly. It's got little grooves to keep things from slipping around. And then you just soap the window down. Now before I squeeze that window, I'm going to do a real quick pre-wipe just to get the excess water off the ledge so that I don't have to go back over the clean window and do the same thing. Now I'm going to put my squeegee on there, hold the squeegee nice and firmly, and I can just easily squeegee the window. This is the TXF scraper, which is used for removing tape and paint and other residue from the glass before actual window cleaning takes place. Let me demo this product. First I'll put some soapy water on the window that's got paint on it. That'll lubricate the glass a little bit and allow this scraper to work. You can see there's some paint right there. We're just going to flick that paint off and then very carefully remove that paint buildup. You can hear it coming right off the glass as that razor scraper just shaves that paint right off the glass. You have to take great care when you use the scraper. Any debris on the glass, like mortar or fabricating debris that's embedded in the glass, can break off, and the fabricating debris will scratch the glass. The razor scraper never scratches the glass. It's always the fabricating debris, or if there's rust on the blade, that can scratch the glass. But you can take a scraper, literally go like that, and not scratch the window. Now I've prepped the window by scraping it, put this away, put the cover back on. These things are very dangerous. And then I'll use the TXF microfiber window cleaning towel to remove the excess water from the end. You get a nice, perfect finished product.